been in this recording booth for 11 straight hours now. Let's give it up for hour 11! Oh, yeah! Ahoy, hoy, gang! If this is your first time with us, welcome! And if you are joining us from a previous video or part of our Merry Bobmas event, hey, we love to see it, and I hope, above all hopes, that you are doing well. Here it is, part 11. We're still not done. We're close. There's an end, but we're not done. What worked? What failed? What definitely not Rocky Horror Picture Show showings will be curtailed. There's a lot to delve in season 11, top 5 episodes. Rhyming is easy. Number 5, Diarrhea of a Poopy Kid. This is absolutely on here because I had 4 good ones that I could defend and a 5th one that I just could not find in the season. Season 10 and Season 11 were the hardest ones to find a top 5, list for. And the only reason Diarrhea of a Poopy Kid, hate that, is up there is because the puns are so good. Now, do I wish they did more with the Predator? Absolutely. A lot of missed opportunities there. But someone pointed out that his ass is actually hot crossed buns. Didn't notice that before. Appreciate it now. Granted, not really revisiting this episode all that much because it's, again, an odd one. An odd one about Gene eating bad chicken parm. Like, okay, bro, maybe not. Maybe we do something else, It's fine. It's a perfectly, of all the episodes of season 11, I would say Diarrhea of a Poopy Kid. I really want to not say that again. Had enough puns, enough joke work that I was like, you know what? Okay. I can rationalize this as my number 5 pick. And that's about where the compliments end. Number 4, Vampire Disco Death Dance. I mean, okay, other than, Tammy, Jocelyn, Zeke, and Jimmy Jr. being really, really obnoxious and being dumb teens, I can give that a pass because this is our Rocky Horror episode of Bob's Burgers, and I love that Bob is a Rocky Horror kid. It makes sense for him. It makes sense that little Bob B would absolutely go to a Mystery Science Theater 3000 taping. He would absolutely watch all kinds of weird indie movies late at night because, he grew up in a single-parent household. He didn't have a ton of friends. So he found friends through the TV, and I don't relate to that at all. What are you talking about? Shut up. Get out of my head. It's a very relatable thing to find a community in niche media. For me, it was anime. For Bob, it's, B movies. And there's such an earnest charm to people sharing the things they love with each other, sharing them on a deeper and deeper level. And I know it's supposed to be a Tina episode, but I view it as Bob trying to share something that has a very deep, intimate bond with him, with Tina. He wants her to see why he loves this so much. And it's his awkward way of sharing his passion with his kids. And we got it in the Labyrinth with Gene. And, you have Hawk and Chick with Louise. And he is sharing each of these niche ideas with his kids. And I'll be honest, it's something I hope to do with my kids one day. I look at this episode and, as that weird nerdy kid at that age, and as that weird, 30, 40 age area that I hate being in, I relate to Bob here. I love that Bob has this community that he's happy with. I love that Bob is shown to be enjoying his life in his own way. Number 3, Romancing the Beef. I know, what's this doing here? And it's literally just because I love the aesthetic of Bob's Burgers as Urge, And I love that they just changed it into a little steakhouse for Valentine's Day. The Tina story with Tammy and everything, that's whatever. You can throw that aside. And much like Vampire Disco Death Dance, I've already said I hate Tammy. But I've gotten the ability to look beyond Tammy to appreciate episodes that she would otherwise bring down. I adore how simple and early season this concept is. I could see Bob doing a Valentine's Day steakhouse in like a season 2 episode, and it absolutely working. I could see Hugo being set up on a blind date in that same steakhouse, in that same early season. Like, it just, again, it shows that while they've pivoted, they have not lost the core of the show. And Romancing the Beef is just, it's a core memory Bob's Burgers episode. It just, I don't know. It's honestly, I kind of like it more than I like Bob Actually. You didn't even notice Bob Actually wasn't on any of my top 5 lists, did you? And I'm pretty sure things that I have in my top 5 are grossly, weirdly rated in the review. But watch it to find out. Romancing the Beef it hit the eye right. I loved watching it. I loved looking at it. And if something can, get me to always pay attention to an episode, that means it's doing something right. And I can't emphasize enough how forgettable the Tina and Tammy stuff is, but watching just Bob opening this weird Valentine's steakhouse and all the couples being awkward because, well, I didn't have any reservations for Valentine's Day, so this might just have to do it. That's fun. That's weird. That's charming. I love it. Number 2, An Inconvenient Truth. I don't know. I obviously I don't relate with this episode, but it's an episode I could see being incredibly realistic and an episode that a lot of parents relate to. Where, the kids have an obnoxious toy that you cannot stand, you get rid of it, you deal with your demons, and then boom, there it is. The kids see it, they know it's one of a kind, and you have to smuggle this thing out before the kids ever catch wind. You could never let them discover it, because you told them it was going to orphans. And I love that. I love that it's Bob, Linda, and Gail hiding their lie, hiding their shame. They have effectively bought the Healy Mammoth, or Wheelie Mammoth rather, and they have to smuggle it to a skate park and pretend that there's orphans. And then the owner of the skate park is absolutely on board because he needs something like that to drum up business. That's perfect. That's amazing. I love everything about it. It needs no notes whatsoever. It's so frantic and panicked and dumb. And that's what makes it so charming. I love this episode. And I had never seen it before this review. And then I sat down, I watched it, and I gave it the 11:30 test. I'm like, this is even better on rewatch. This is even better experiencing it all over again because it's so absurd and yet perfect. It hits the eye right. Number 1, Bob Belcher and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Kid. Look, this is the 200th episode. Did you think I wasn't going to talk about it? I know in my review I was critical of it, but I went back and I'm like, man, I keep thinking of the song where the kids are like, it's all my fault. The hair needed to be crimped. It's all my... And I love that. I actually adore It's All My Fault. That is one of my favorite songs in all of Bob's Burgers. And then the end where it's like, it's all Hugo's fault. I'm like, I don't think it was Hugo's fault. I don't think it was the rags. I'm very... team the kids did it, but it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, everything gets fixed, everything is resolved, and they have a good day of business, and that's fine. But like, I have dreamt of the scene with the mermaid since then, where her hair is on fire, the sparklers are going off, and it's just such a specific image that just ingrains itself in your head, and I can't get it out no matter what I do, and I kinda love it for it. And, like, the episode as a whole, it gives me big, like, Bart Christmas vibes where he, you know, accidentally sets the house on fire and his mom's just like, I love you, but I'm mad at you, Bart. See, I can't do Marge. I wonder why. But the kids feel genuinely guilty about it, and they want to do right. They're even willing to break in to save the day. And it's, you know, they raise good kids. They raise good kids that are tempted, but they don't do the wrong thing. But they'll still leave a note apologizing for the thing they almost did, which is so dumb, but in a genuine way. I don't know. I didn't love the setup for it, but when I went back and I tuned all of that out, I just appreciated it as an episode. I'm like, I could watch this 10 times in a row and not get bored. And that's how you know you have something good. And there we have it. That's my top 5 episodes of season 11. Yeah. Anything you think I was right on? Wrong on? What were your top 5 episodes of season 11? Bottom 5 episodes? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like what you saw, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends, tell your subreddits, tell whatevers. We're out here. Season 11, I really learned to reappreciate the 200th episode. The musical number with the fiery hair was just enchanting. It was just utterly enchanting. It blew me away. I went back, revisited the episode, and you're like, you know what? This earned the chuckle. This earned the delight. But that's going to do it for us here at the lecture hall. And if you want to support the channel, consider joining our Patreon or membership programs today. $2 a month gets you special polls, posts, and even your name on this fancy list. Ooh. Stay strong. Keep fighting that good fight. I see you. You are seen. Do not feel like you are ever alone, because you're not, and things will get better. I believe it, and I believe in you. A rising tide lifts all ships, and I can feel one wave a-coming. Yeah. I'll see you all next time in the next part of Mary Bobmas, Part 12. Goodbye, everyone, and I'll see you all next time.